Alright, here we are with my first real Street Fighter 6 video. You know, I kind of waited a few days to really get a grasp on the game before I made a video. Although I was considering making a review, but I just feel like making a review is pointless. The game is literally perfection, and the review scores from reviewers already show that. So what's the point in me making a review? I have 30 hours on the game already. Yeah, I know, kind of crazy. And what I will say is that it is a 10 out of 10. I've played about 10 hours of story mode. I have not beaten it. And then the rest has been in online. And yes, the game is literally perfect. Yeah. I straight up give it a 10 out of 10. There's nothing I could think about that would not be a 10 out of 10. My only complaints with the game are more so stuff that the average player doesn't have to worry about. But yeah, it's been a crazy weekend. This game has really had a very interesting launch. More so, it's the fact that I never ever expected to play JP. But here we are. Yeah, and if you're wondering why I'm playing JP, it's a very interesting story. And I've never ever seen anything like this happen in a fighting game. So, if you don't know, I've talked about this, but you probably don't know. I wanted to play Marisa. Marisa was the character of choice for me. I was a Marisa main. So I gave Marisa the whole first day. The first day the game was out, I was a Marisa player, right? And I was like, wow, am I really bad at the game? Or is Marisa just really hard to use? And turns out, it's really funny. It's really funny because I used Marisa for the first day, and I said, you know what? I'm quitting this character. By day 2, I quit the character. I even made a tweet about it. And the funny thing is the day that I said that, almost every other Marisa player stopped playing Marisa. It was hilarious. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a community collectively agree that Marisa, and even the people, one of the top Marisa players even said that, you know, she's kind of just hard, you know. And I've never seen a community just collectively agree at the same time that a character is either not good, I don't think she's bad, or she's just really difficult. And yeah, I came to that conclusion. And me personally, after playing guiltygearstrive since its launch, and I played it a lot, and I did quit the game for this game. I've been saying I was going to quit the game for literally a year now. But now that I finally did quit it because this game is finally out, I didn't want to go back to just playing a struggle character, right? I didn't want to do that. So initially, I went to Cammy, right? And Cammy felt pretty good, just not for me. The thing I couldn't wrap my head around with Cammy was the, by the way, that was an accidental super. I get so many accidental supers in this game. Anyways, the thing I couldn't wrap my head around with Cammy was how little damage she did, because you gotta remember, I was just going for Marisa. And Marisa is the most damaging character in the game, and I feel like Cammy is the least damaging character in the game, so I literally just switched. And it just didn't feel good, right? And also, I did play Ken. I played Ken for about 15 minutes, and funny enough, the 15 minutes that I played Ken, I immediately ranked Diamond with him. He's my highest ranked character. Yeah, by the way, spoiler alert, this is the video where I get diamond. That's why I waited so long to upload, because I want to have a really meaningful video, and this is my grind to diamond, which I will talk about in a second. But yeah, I got diamond, and yeah. Although my Ken, literally, I've finished my placement matches and I was placed in diamond. So I played Ken for maybe 20 minutes in total, and he's my highest ranked character. Meanwhile, I probably have about 3 to 4 hours on JP. Yeah, I will talk about the ranking system in a second, because I don't think it's good. I don't. Anyways, yeah. I was like, Cammy's just feels really weak. And I just couldn't go from the most damaging character in the game to the least damaging character in the game. Even though Cammy's really fast. I don't mean she's weak as in she's bad, I mean she's weak and she doesn't do a lot of damage. So then, I was like, you know what? I've been seeing these JP combos, right? Let me play JP. I've been seeing these nasty JP mixes and these combos. Little did I know how annoying JP's zoning is, right? Because when I went to go play JP, I was playing it because everyone was posting those cool combo videos and those cool mix videos. And I thought, yeah, I knew JP was a zoner, right? They always advertised him like that. But I've never seen any clips of his zoning until I played him, right? So I didn't really understand how good he was, because his mix is good, his combos are good, right? But his zoning, even crazier. This also means this is the first zoner I've ever made. But I mean, can you really blame me? I mean, he's just so sick. And I do think he's gonna get worse as the game goes on. People are gonna figure out how to counter his zoning. But man, he's just sick. He's just sick. And I feel like right now people are saying he's broken and he's a top 3 character. And you know what? For right now, I will admit he's probably a top 3, top 5 character. But I don't know if it's going to stay that way. Because people are just getting hit by my zoning. And I don't know if people are going to get hit by my zoning in a month, you know? But maybe they will. Maybe his zoning is actually very strong. But his zoning just feels like something that's not going to work in a month or 2. It's going to get really hard for me to zone. And this is actually one of my first ever matches fighting Blanca that you're seeing right here. This may actually be my first ever Blanca match. Incredibly annoying character. Anyways, that's how I main JP. That's my story of the weekend. That's how I came to the conclusion of main JP. Because I just didn't want to play a struggle character again, you know? After playing guiltygearstrive, I was so sick of the one character I wanted to play being a struggle character. So, yeah. I went to Cammy. I was like, you know, I like Cammy, but she's kind of weak. So I'm like, let me play someone who's probably has, you know, pretty standard damage. And here we are with JP. And yeah, that's how that happened. So I'm a JP main, and the best part is I don't feel like I'm forced to be a JP main. I'm genuinely enjoying him more than any character I've played so far. So that's good. Yeah. The Marisa dream is dead. I'm definitely gonna play Marisa for fun because she is fun, but she feels like a struggle character. If you do not know the matchup, you're fried, right? But if you know the perfect frame data, if you know everything that your opponent does, I mean, it's a GG, you win, right? But Marisa is definitely a character where it's like you need to know exactly when they're gonna jump. You need to know everything. You need to be perfect. And I just didn't want to play a character like that again. Yeah, I didn't want to torture myself. And luckily for me, I wasn't like, oh, I'm so attached to Marisa that if I can't play Marisa, I'm not playing the game, you know? For me, it was like, Marisa is just one of the characters I'm interested in. But she is the most likely to be my main. She wasn't, but yeah. And yeah, anyways, that's that story. So let's move on to the ranking system real quick. I want to quickly talk about this because I was talking about this in the beta, and yeah, I was right. The ranking system is terrible. So you see those like little stars? See where it says platinum and there's stars above it? You have to get 5 stars, right? When you get 5 stars, you can go to the next rank. Simple as that. Here's the problem. When I ranked with JP, I had 4 stars. It took me 3 hours to go from 4 stars to 5 stars to diamond. It took me 3 hours to go up 2 stars. And I want to say, my win-loss is about maybe a 70-something, maybe like an 80, mid-70s. I'm not losing a lot. At least last time I checked, it might be. I know that when I first started playing him, he was mid-60 win-loss. But I definitely started winning a lot more, so I'm almost certain I'm in the 70s now, but I'll have to check. 3 hours. It took me 3 hours to go up 2 stars. That's insane. That's insane. So yeah. Ranked is a grind. Ranked is a grind. And I really wanted to hit diamond, or not diamond, master. But now it's not a question of can I hit master, it's a question of how, like, do I want to play that long, right? I mean, of course I'm going to hit master, right? But I was expecting to hit master week 1. But the grind, it's crazy. Now here's the thing. The grind isn't the problem. It's the placement matches. So, like I said, it took me 3 hours to get 2 stars. And I needed those 2 stars to get to diamond, right? I was only 2 stars away from diamond. It took me 3 hours. The problem is, when I finished my placement matches, I was put into plat 4, right? So I had to get through plat 4, through plat 5, and then I was diamond, right? That's what you're seeing right here, the end of that grind. Why did my placement matches put me in plat? I'm not a plat player, I'm a diamond player, right? You clearly see that in this video. I beat almost every I think I literally beat every single diamond player that I've came across in this video. It's crazy. So I have to slowly slog my way out of this. And I also saw Brian F complaining about this, so I knew I wasn't insane. Because he ranked pretty low with Manon. And yeah, if you fail your placement matches, it's over for you. And you may be wondering, just don't fail your placement matches, right? Here's the problem with placement matches, right? And I have footage of this. When I was doing my Ken placement matches, right? I went on a 2-win streak, right? So I went on a 2-win streak, and it matched me up against a diamond player. Okay, you know, if you're doing your placement matches, right? If it's going to place you diamond, then obviously you should fight against diamond players, right? If you're trying to get placed diamond, then yes, you should be able to beat diamond players. Here's the problem. I don't know if the game is too new, but some of those diamond players are very bad, and some of them are very good. So you could get easy matches, right? In my case, I won my diamond matches. So that means I was going on a 4-win streak. Interesting, right? A 4-win streak in my placement matches. So who do you think it puts me up against? It put me up against the second highest ranked player in the world. And I'm going to clarify this. This was day one. There were only about 20 players in master rank. And I have footage of this. I have footage of me fighting him. I got, in my placement matches, I got put against the second highest ranked player in the world. Why? Literally why? And of course I lost those 2 matches. Although I will say I did do better than I thought. But yeah, he was the first JP player I ever fought. A master JP. Day 1, by the way. There were literally less than 20 master players day 1. So yeah. I don't like the placement match system at all because I went on a 4-win streak. And by the way, I don't think you can get placed master. You can only get placed in diamond. So yeah, it makes sense that you have to fight diamond players, but why am I fighting a master player? And not to mention the skill level of some of these diamonds. They're either amazing or complete trash. And that ended up costing me my my placement matches with JP, and I ended up ranking high plat with him, and just to get out of high plat it took me 2 hours. And you're watching this footage, I'm not losing that much, you know. And this is only about an hour's worth of footage just cut up. It's bad. I don't like the ranking system. If it put me where I deserve to be, if it put me in diamond, it wouldn't be that much of a grind. But it didn't put me in diamond. It only put me in diamond on Ken because I won matches because I got people that were worse at the game. But yeah, the skill level of opponents that you fight in placement matches are completely random. So yeah. Anyways, I'm where I should be now anyways. Another thing I want to say real quick. I quit guiltygearstrive. So why do I have to deal with Dolphin again? If you don't know, Honda is a menace. Okay, this is the last thing I want to talk about. You know, for my first Street Fighter 6 video. Who let Honda do this? And you can go back. You can go back to one of my videos when the roster like leaked. And I specifically said I don't like Street Fighter 2 characters that much. I have no idea why Blanca and Honda are in the game. And it looks like I was spitting. Because look at what Honda is doing. Look at what Honda is doing. What were they thinking? Matter of fact, in ranked, I fought, and this was high plat by the way, I fought a Honda that was going on a 30 win streak. And the worst part is I fought the guy and he was worse than the people I was fighting. It was just, he was Honda. And if you don't know, the only way to beat Honda is perfect parry. You have to perfect parry both of his moves, his like little ground pound move and his headbutt. And I highly disagree with that. I don't know if that was intentional from the devs, but the only way to beat Honda is perfect parry. That's the only way. If you cannot perfect parry, it's almost a guaranteed loss. And personally, I would say that this is one of the most balanced fighting games I've played at the start. You know, it could turn into a nightmare in a week or something. But Honda, I don't know if Honda was intentional, right? Honda is so crazy right now that I'm genuinely curious if it was intentional or not. Because, oh my god. Wow. So I'm trying not to complain about him too much because, like I said, I don't know if he's intentional. Like, he literally feels like he's not intentional. I dropped that combo, by the way. So, we'll see. We'll see. Whenever they really start talking about patch notes, we'll see if he's intentional or not. He sure doesn't feel intentional. I mean, don't get me wrong. Perfect parry should be important. But making perfect parry the only way to beat a character? I mean, what are casual players supposed to do? I mean, I can only imagine what they're going through right now. Yeah. I don't like what they did with Honda in this game. It's crazy. If you fought Honda, you know what I'm talking about. Honda is literally Mei from guiltygearstrive, but I would argue he's even worse. And of course, people are saying, just hit him out of it. Just hit him out of it. Bro, it's like the fastest move in the entire game. What do you mean, just hit him out of it? Like, it does, like, it's crazy. And it has armor on startup. Like, nah. They should keep it the same. It should be plus. Get rid of the armor. Slow it down by like half the speed. Boom. Perfectly balanced. Then Honda will be a character I enjoy fighting. But, I hate fighting Honda. Even Blanca is giving me some annoying vibes too, but Honda is just #1 priority. I hate fighting him. I don't mind fighting any other character besides Honda. I dropped that combo, bro. But yeah. That's my weekend overview of Street Fighter 6. It's a goated game. Honda is a problem, but it's a great game. You know, it's a great game. If you're thinking about buying the game, stop thinking and just do it already. You will get your money's worth, 100%. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to playing this game now. So yeah. As you can see, I just hit diamond, and I'm gonna continue the diamond grind. I would like to hit master, but I can't make any promises because the grind is just so long. I don't know if I want to even do it. I can do it, but do I want to do it? Anyways, yeah, like, subscribe, and I might upload some JP guides. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'll have a video tomorrow probably. So, peace.